So in the previous video I talked about the same. I told you how in the early time it was my story that I wanted to speak English. Actually I didn't know how to speak English, but I was trying and I was talking to most of the people. And in this way I told you that how I met a person, how he just laughed at me, how I challenged, and how I talked all about that. And after that I told you that there was some time in my life that also changed me. So after giving or after answering that person, I stopped learning again. I again just busy in playing cricket, again busy in doing the works which has no meaning. I mean, useless works, only waste of time. So once I went my maternal uncle's house, and there, as a very typical village boy, we used to do the works which are useless. Putting suppose there is a feast going on, and at that time when we were there, when we were given pearls to serve, sometimes I used to put that pearls into the glasses of people. So this one was I was in habit of doing, and talking with a misbehave to most of the people. I tried many a time. I was misbehaving with the people, and it was not only I who was doing the same act. It was the whole group in my village. At least all the all the children were there who were doing the same kinds of actions. So I was not out of them. I was the same. I was doing the same kind of act what they were doing. So in this one, I met a person, and as I was doing my daily activity, means I was trying to make fun of some children, and at that time I had some knowledge of English at the time, as I had learned, and that's why I had a little knowledge about English. But I wanted to utilize that one with some children. I was not trying to learn more and more. I didn't try to get fluency into that, but just I was making fun of the children who didn't know any word of English. I was making fun of them. So by this way I was making fun of a child, and there was a person who was a journalist I didn't know, and I also started making fun of him also. Actually he was older, but as you know that when you are in the mood of making fun of anybody, and if you're trying to show yourself better, or if you're trying to do just the work which is not useful, it's only for entertainment sake, or the act which has no meaning, but we just satisfy our ego by showing better in front of others. So I was doing the same. By this way he started talking with me, and he asked some questions to me. At that time I was unable to answer his questions. Actually I had an answer of that question. One question he asked, what is benefit to it? He asked the first questions to me, what is benefit to it? And as I got the question, I told, actually we eat to live. He repeated, what is benefit to it? And actually I didn't know the answer at the time. I couldn't understand what he wanted to ask. I was just saying that we eat so that we can live. Only I had the same answer. He told that if you don't know even a simple question, then why are you showing yourself better than others here? Why are you showing yourself better? And with that he started talking with the fluency. He started talking in a good manner. Actually he was good. He was not showing or just proving himself better than me. Just he wanted to teach me a lesson that there are other people who have knowledge, better knowledge about everything. That's why he was telling or just doing that act with me. I had no answer of his question, so I didn't want to face him again. That's why I just told a reason that somebody's calling me, and I went there and I didn't return to him, and was thinking about the answer of that question, but actually it was so simple question, but I hadn't the answer of that question. He had asked in the way that I couldn't think of the answer of this question. Well, it was evening, and again I went in a hotel there with one of my friend there. After going there, I was just making some orders there. Hello, bring some samosas there. When he brought samosas there, I started telling that, oh, I just serving like this kinds of tasteless samosa. This is useless. I started telling, actually I was again showing my nature, showing my habit to, prove myself better or show that I'm just one of the best person there. And I didn't look around. He was just next to me, behind me, and he was listening my conversation. He was not speaking even a word, but he was just looking at me. I noticed once I turned around, I looked him, and then I noticed that he was just looking at me and just gazing at me. At the same moment, I just changed my action and just ran away from there. Actually, I didn't want to face him again, and I didn't want to get even a question from him because he was always asking very tough questions, and as being a child, actually I didn't want to face that questions again, and that's why I just moved away from there. And I was just walking faster than usual. Actually, he was from his bike, he was coming after me. Actually, he was not coming after me. After whatever he has taken, he may be eating that one, and after finishing, he was coming behind me. Actually, he was coming, and in some minutes, maybe 5 to 10 minutes, he was very close to me, and he told me, "Wanna come with me?" I told, no, actually, I'm better with my friend. I'm just walking. You go. Actually, I knew that again, if I'll just take a seat on his bike, then again he'll ask some questions, and he will again criticize me for whatever I have done. Actually, I didn't do anything. In the evening, again, there was some marriage ceremony, and that's why on the same date, he came at my home, at my maternal uncle's home, and started talking. Actually, he was a neighbor. That's why he started talking about the marriage and the preparation of the marriage and same. Meanwhile, he saw me at that house and called me. Actually, I didn't want to come. Actually, I told that there are a lot of works there. My maternal aunt has called me, and that's why I have to go. But he told, no problem, just come here and just you will go. Yes, actually, there was no any other way, and that's why I had to come there. And he again talked about the same question. What is benefit to it? I had asked a question to you. Do you have the answer? I told, actually, I told you that we eat so that we can live. That's simple. There is no any other answer. You're just moving the question here and there and just wanting answer, which is not available or it doesn't exist. At that time, he told, when I tell you in a simple word, I asked you this simple question to get your common sense, how you think about the any things. That's why I asked the question. I want to answer this question, and he answered the question. He told that when we eat food, it gives us energy, and with the energy, we do our works. That's so simple. What is benefit to it? It means the benefit to it is that when we eat food, it gives us energy, and with that energy, we do our all works. This is so simple. And he told that for speaking English, it needs much and more efforts. It's not just a simple piece of cake, a simple task. You can do it easily. It needs efforts and works and practice. So if you want to speak in a better tone, do practice. Go and work hard, practice hard, and then talk to everyone and find a person who's able to talk to you, means who's better to you. Always find a person who's better to you. Never go to a person who doesn't know about ABCD of English. If you want to improve, always go to a person who knows better than you, and you are just going to that children who don't know how to speak. Even they don't have the knowledge of common terms of English, and you are talking with them. Just you are making fun of them. You're not making fun of them, you're making fun of yourself. If you want to learn, just talk with other people who are capable of talking. And he told me a lot of things for getting better fluency. He just gave a lot of tips to me. And finally, after listening to him, actually I realized that yes, he was absolutely right. And from that day, I was finding partners. I was picking partners. Actually, in the beginning, I didn't get any partner, but after that, I was searching for partners, and that's why I started searching some videos. I started searching some conversation books, and from that, I just started taking topics and I was practicing. Actually, I was becoming sometimes both of the characters. I was sometimes performing like two of the characters at the same time. Suppose I'm making conversation with hello Rita, hello Sham. Rita, how are you? I'm very well. How are you? Oh, I'm also very fine. What are you doing? Nothing. It's so simple. By this way I was making conversation to myself. I was making a lot of videos like that, by making voice changes and by acting much and more. And by this way I practiced hard, and after 1 or 2 years I got to know that I have got fluency. I practiced very hard, and with that fluency I was able to face any person. Of that time I had words, I had fluency, I had much and more thing, whatever needed for speaking English. I got everything, I collected everything. I practiced very hard, and finally, actually I didn't get time to meet that person again, but I know that he was again one real person, a kind of real inspiration for me, a very good guide for me, a person who cares about common people. And I think he got something in me. Actually, I had a little potential, only it needed to just make it decorated, to make it or give it a finish, and he gave that finish in me, and due to that I learned a little bit more. If you like, so like the video, share it, and subscribe the channel. Till then, thank you. Jai Hind.